Imagine pushing your cart through the brightly lit aisles of your local supermarket. The air is filled with the hum of conversations and the occasional beep of a barcode scanner. You pause, scanning shelves overflowing with colourful packages, each promising a healthier, tastier you. The choices seem endless, and each package is more enticing than the last. Your gaze settles on a familiar word, emblazoned across a sleek carton of yogurt clean. It's a word that stands out, offering a sense of comfort and trust. A sigh of relief escapes you. Finally, a product you can trust. You feel a sense of accomplishment, believing you've made a healthy choice. A product free from the artificial ingredients and chemical additives you've grown wary of. It feels like a small victory in the battle for better health. But what if this sense of security is nothing more than a carefully crafted illusion? What if the clean label is just another marketing ploy? The clean label movement, a dominant force in the food industry, thrives on this very notion, offering solace to health-conscious consumers seeking refuge from the perceived evils of processed food. It promises simplicity and purity, yet this seemingly straightforward concept is anything but. The reality is far more complex and often misleading. Behind the veneer of purity and transparency lies a murky world of marketing tactics designed to exploit our deepest desires for well-being. It's a world where appearances can be deceiving, and not everything is as it seems. The first crucial point to understand is that clean label has no legal or standardized definition. It is not a regulated term like organic, which adheres to strict government guidelines. Instead, clean exists in a nebulous realm, open to interpretation and manipulation by food manufacturers. This lack of oversight allows companies to essentially create their own standards for clean, often with little resemblance to actual nutritional value or processing methods. This self-regulation opens the door to a host of deceptive practices, blurring the lines between genuine attempts at transparency and outright marketing ploys. Consumers, bombarded with an array of clean claims, are left to decipher the true meaning behind the labels, often without the necessary information to make informed choices. Brands capitalize on this ambiguity, crafting their own definitions of clean to align with consumer trends and perceptions. What constitutes clean for one company might be vastly different for another. This creates a confusing landscape where a product labeled clean by one brand could easily contain ingredients deemed unacceptable by another brand touting the same label. This lack of standardization renders the term essentially meaningless as a measure of a product's healthfulness. It becomes less about providing truly clean food and more about crafting a brand image that resonates with health-conscious consumers. The focus shifts from genuine transparency to creating an illusion of purity, playing on consumer emotions rather than providing concrete evidence. One of the most common tactics employed in the clean label playbook is ingredient splitting. This involves breaking down a single additive, often with a complex chemical name, into its constituent parts. These individual components, now disguised under more innocuous-sounding names, can then be listed separately on the ingredient list, giving the impression of a simpler, more natural formulation. Another deceptive practice involves using alternative names for common additives. For example, instead of listing high fructose corn syrup, a company might use rice syrup or agave nectar, ingredients that sound healthier but can be just as processed and detrimental to health. These tactics prey on consumers' lack of scientific knowledge, making it difficult to discern truly clean products from those cleverly disguised as such. Numerous studies have demonstrated the powerful psychological impact of clean labeling on consumer behavior. Research shows that consumers are more likely to trust products labeled as clean, associating them with positive attributes like healthfulness, purity, and sustainability, even if those claims are not supported by evidence. This emotional connection is further amplified by the use of evocative language like pure, honest, and simple. These terms evoke feelings of nostalgia, harkening back to a time when food was less processed and closer to nature. This emotional manipulation effectively bypasses rational decision-making, leading consumers to make purchasing decisions based on feeling rather than fact. Section 6. Case Studies: Clean Label Trickery in Action. To illustrate these points, let's examine some real-world examples. These case studies will help us understand how clean labeling can be misleading and what to look out for when shopping. Take, for instance, a popular brand of clean granola bars marketed as a healthy breakfast or snack option. These bars are often placed prominently on store shelves to catch the eye of health-conscious consumers. While the packaging boasts a short ingredient list with recognizable names like rolled oats and dried fruit, it gives the impression of being a wholesome choice. However, a closer look reveals the inclusion of organic cane sugar and natural flavors, ingredients that, while technically natural, contribute to the product's high sugar content and overall caloric density. This can be misleading for those trying to reduce their sugar intake. Contrast this with a similar granola bar from a brand not utilizing clean branding. These bars might not have the same marketing appeal, but can offer a more transparent ingredient list. The ingredient list might appear longer and include some chemical names which can be off-putting at first glance. But the sugar content and overall nutritional profile could be comparable, if not better, than the clean alternative. This is a crucial point for consumers to consider. This highlights the deceptive nature of clean labeling, where perception often trumps reality. It's essential to look beyond the marketing and examine the actual ingredients and nutritional information. Section 7. Natural does not equal healthy. The clean label movement often goes hand in hand with the use of the term natural. Like clean, natural lacks a standardized definition in the food industry. This ambiguity allows companies to market highly processed products as natural simply because they contain a few minimally processed ingredients or avoid certain artificial additives. It's crucial to remember that natural does not automatically equate to healthy. Many naturally occurring substances can be harmful if consumed in excess, and processing, when done properly, can actually enhance the nutritional value of some foods. The focus should always be on the overall nutritional profile and ingredient list, not just buzzwords like clean or natural. Section 8. The price of perception. The proliferation of clean labeling comes at a cost, and unfortunately, it's often the consumer who pays the price. Products marketed as clean often come with a hefty price tag. Capitalizing on the premium consumers are willing to pay for the perception of health. This creates an economic disparity where access to truly nutritious food becomes a luxury reserved for those who can afford it. Moreover, the emphasis on clean eating can foster an unhealthy obsession with food purity, leading to restrictive diets and feelings of guilt or shame associated with consuming anything deemed unclean. This can have detrimental effects on both physical and mental well-being. Section 9. Conclusion: Navigating the labyrinth of food labels. The clean label movement, while well-intentioned, has become a breeding ground for deceptive marketing practices that prioritize profit over genuine transparency. Many companies exploit these terms to create a false sense of security, leading consumers to believe they are making healthier choices when, in fact, they might not be. As consumers, we must remain vigilant, educating ourselves about food labels and refusing to be swayed by clever marketing tactics. This means taking the time to research and understand what each term and ingredient truly means. Instead of relying on vague terms like clean or natural, we must learn to decipher ingredient lists, recognizing which additives and preservatives to avoid, understand the science behind food processing, and prioritize whole, minimally processed foods in their most natural forms. This knowledge empowers us to make better choices. Only then can we make informed choices that truly nourish our bodies and promote long-term health and well-being. By focusing on the quality and source of our food, we can ensure a healthier lifestyle. Remember, the path to a healthy diet lies not in chasing the illusion of clean, but in embracing a balanced and informed approach to food. It's about making choices that are sustainable and beneficial for our overall health.